It was Christmas on the island of Sodor. The engines were working hard to get ready. Thomas was struggling to get Annie and Clarabelle out of a snowdrift. Come on, said Thomas. Oh, the two coaches cried. Don't pull so hard, Thomas. At last, Thomas pulled the coaches free, and they set off. Thomas was most annoyed. Stupid snow. It's sticky, wet, and it slows me down, he fumed. Thomas entered a tunnel, but what he didn't see was a rock covered in snow which laid over the track. Trouble lay ahead. Oh my, said Thomas. What's happened? I don't know, said the driver. I'll inspect. The driver inspected and inspected and inspected until the passengers demanded he telephoned for help. Percy arrived. They blocked Thomas's wheels, and Percy was attached to Thomas. Percy pulled and pulled and pulled. At last, Thomas was free, but a surprise awaited him. My paintwork, he exclaimed. What happened to my paintwork? I can't be like this for the Christmas party. Thomas was most upset. It must have been scraped off by the rock, said the driver. Can we fix it in time for Christmas? Exclaimed Thomas. I'm afraid not, said the driver. The works are closed for the holidays. I won't be able to attend the Christmas party like this, said Thomas sadly. Percy pulled Thomas and Annie and Clarabelle back to the shed. Everyone was most upset. Thomas had just enough puff to crawl into his sheds. Just then, Toby arrived with some trucks. Hello, Percy, said Toby. Where's Thomas? Percy told Toby the whole story. Oh my, said Toby. Well, we better do something about it. They told their drivers, who agreed. They set off on their plan. The drivers took all the boxes and presents at the station to form a wall. The two engines watched with interest. And finally, the wall was done, and as quiet as a mouse, the engines headed back to the shed. Next morning, the engines were getting steamed up. Thomas was most upset. I don't want anyone to see me, exclaimed Thomas. Don't worry, said Percy. Me and Toby have a surprise for you. Thomas somberly headed with Percy and Toby. They arrived at the party, and Thomas's driver parked behind the wall, so his bad paint couldn't be seen by anyone. Oh, thank you, said Thomas. Percy and Toby, you've made my Christmas. There was more to come. Sir Topham had arrived. You, Thomas, need to be more careful when you're working in the snow, he boomed. I know, sir. I'm sorry, sir. But, he said, I've opened up the works, and they're going to fix your paintwork at once. You better set off. Quickly now. Oh, thank you, sir, he said. And Thomas set off to the works. Thomas came back from the works just in time for the carol party. His paint shone like gold.
Peep, 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 they all whistled.
We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thomas the Tank Engine and his friends thought it was the best Christmas ever, and Thomas was especially happy about his new paint.